Hi everyone, and welcome to 5-Minute Bedtime Stories with Miss Elaine. Today I'd like to read you one of my favorites that I remember reading to my little boys when they were little. I pulled it out of my collection and I want to dedicate it tonight to my friend Liam. It's called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. It's by Judith Vorst. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box. And Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. Poor Alexander's just having a bad day, right? And everybody has bad days sometimes, don't we? But let's see if Alexander can snap out of it. Let's see if anything cheers him up. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have the seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window, too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. No one even answered me. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Things aren't looking up yet for Alexander, are they? I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Mayo was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. He's really getting angry, isn't he? Yeah, and frustrated. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took all of us to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. And while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and then I started crying because of the mud. Nick said I was a crybaby, and while I was punching Nick for calling me a crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded at me for being muddy and for fighting. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I told everybody. Nobody even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but then the shoe man said, "Sorry, we're all sold out." They made me buy a plain old white pair, but they couldn't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with the copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be, except for my elbow. He also said not to fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate lima beans. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are just like that. Even in Australia. The end. Maybe he'll wake up tomorrow and have a much better day. Let's hope so. I think it's important, though, to realize, boys and girls, that everybody does have bad days. And the important thing is that we cheer ourselves up somehow. We think of something that will make us happy. We can always turn our day around, right? And we can always turn a frown upside down. Sure thing. Well, I hope all of you are having good days, not horrible, terrible, no good days like Alexander. I hope you had a wonderful one. And I'm going to wish you good night right now. But before we do that, I'm going to sing our songs, our two lullabies, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and God Bless the Moon. Sing with me at home. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, let's sing our moon lullaby. I see the moon and the moon sees me. God bless the moon and God bless me. God bless you boys and girls at home. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon on 5 Minute Bedtime Stories with Missy Lane. Good night.